Yo, what is up everybody? It's B Militant. Welcome back to the channel. I'm your host here on the Redskins review. First things first, I apologize for not making this video sooner. I feel bad because, there's a lot of people who are Redskins fans. I get them all the time who comment on the channel who say, I'm a Redskins fan here in London or, somewhere abroad or, all different states and things. And I feel bad because there's a lot of people who might not have friends and close family to talk about the Redskins because there's probably they live somewhere else or something like that. So they go online, they look for places like this to talk to other Redskins fans and maybe vent about the game, if we have a bad game or something like that. So I apologize for not making this video sooner. Also, thank you guys. This channel has now reached over 2,000 subscribers, and what I'm really excited about that for is because in the comments section of my videos, I try my best to talk to everyone and respond to you guys, especially if you have questions and things like that. And the bigger that this channel grows, the more that I see people in the comments section talking to each other. And sometimes I go down into the comment section and someone asks a question or something like that, and another fan, Redskins fan, comments on there and says basically exactly what I would say, or it gives them the information that they need. And literally, I just don't even need to say anything. I just, give them a thumbs up or whatever, and that's it. There's no need for me to even intervene there, just because this Redskins family comes on here and talks all the time, and like I said, there's a lot of venting and stuff that can happen especially right after a bad game like this Cowboys game. Excuse me. And one last thing I gotta talk about before we get into the football game itself is there's a video that I've been seeing going around on Facebook of a young kid who's got a Redskins hat on. And this guy walks up and flips his hat off and, starts cursing at him and says, F the Redskins and stuff like that. Man, and not just that, I've been seeing that video shared and a lot of people laughing about it and stuff like that, but it's not a joke, man. Like, that shit goes deeper than just football, man. Like, this little kid, he looks like he's wearing, like, a throwback Redskins hat. That hat's probably given to him by his father or something, you know what I'm saying? Like, that shit's deeper than football, man. And for someone to go and do that type of shit, and then not just that, like, shitty Ravens fans, people that I know on Facebook sharing that video around and laughing about it and stuff like that, like, that's a little child. Like, that shit's messed up. That's what I gotta say. Don't be that type of person who would ever do something like that, or be the type of person who would display the Redskins name in that type of manner. Don't treat other people like that. Let's have a little bit more class and shit like that when we are out and about. All right, so that shit's despicable to me. It's not even just that. People who share that video, people who laugh about that video, it's not a joke, man. Like, that kid is upset. Like I said, that shit is deeper than just a football team. You know what I'm saying? So, moving on to the game, I just had to sit here and watch the highlights again before I made this video, because it's been almost a week since the game's happened, and my God, it makes my head hurt seeing what we saw. The defense didn't look as good as normal. I think we had 13 straight games with a turnover, until that last game, 0 turnovers. Colt McCoy let me down. We're all sitting here hoping Colt McCoy comes in and plays well. Besides the turnovers, he did play well. And that's the thing is, whether it doesn't, even though Colt McCoy threw 3 interceptions, he had us in the football game. And our defense got 0 turnovers. This man still had us in the football game. Scored, 23 points? And, scored 23 points. Brought us back within 1 touchdown of tying the game up. And, I mean, like I said, us having 3 turnovers, as bad as this game was, us having 3 turnovers, getting no turnovers ourselves, I feel that Colt McCoy still put us in a position to come back and tie the game. He took, we had another lead change. He came back and took the lead at one point. So, I'm still optimistic about Colt McCoy, and this is another reason why I did not come up here and make this video. It's just, well, what am I going to do? Come up here every single week and say the same thing? It used to be, oh, Alex Smith, he's playing pretty bad, but I think he can get better. I think he can get better, and he's got to be able to get better, right? He's going to get better over time. We're hoping that it gets better. But now it's Colt McCoy. I mean, he can play better. If he doesn't turn the ball over 3 times, I feel like we win this football game, or at least severely get close to winning it, or showing a much better display of football. And that's what we're going to say now, is we're sitting here saying, oh, if Colt McCoy doesn't turn the football over, if he plays a little bit better, we're going to be in these football games, and we're going to maybe win a lot more football games. It's just hard to come up here every single week and see the Redskins almost self-destruct. And although, us having 3 turnovers, not getting any turnovers, letting Dak Prescott, I don't care about Dak Prescott. I still don't think Dak Prescott's that good. Zeke beat us. Amari Cooper beat us. Give credit to the Cowboys' defensive line. They were after Colt McCoy all day. Our offensive lines, we got guys out, but at this time of the year, it's kind of not really an excuse. A lot of people have injuries and stuff like that. So that's who I give credit to, man. A lot of credit to the Cowboys' defensive line, because they really, I think, were they were getting after Colt McCoy, and that's really what made him make some bad decisions in this football game. But yeah, just not a good showing. I was just so disappointed at especially the defense, man. And it just seems like Preston Smith had a good showing, but it's just like he has the same issue all the time, where he gets a quarterback, he finally breaks through and gets the quarterback, but can't get him to the ground, can't stop him from throwing the football away, or he just runs himself out of the play. He's within an arm's reach of the quarterback, doesn't get him. It's the same. We're having the same issues. There's so much. I don't like to blame like one person or one aspect of the team for why we lost football games. This was a complete, total loss of a football game. Josh Norman what Josh Norman was doing was saying, hey, I'm not going to give up a big play. But he gave up everything in front of him. Amari Cooper was getting, 7, 8 yards, 9 yards whenever he wanted it to in front of him. Just, here, you can have these, 9 yards in front of me, but I'm not going to give up a big play. And then Quinton Dunbar, my God, he just got worse as the game went on. And not even just that, the tackling was terrible. It looked like people were afraid to tackle Quinton Dunbar. There's just this one play where Quinton Dunbar, he's running. I think the running back or someone has the football, running to the ball to the outside. Quinton Dunbar's running like he's not taking a straight angle at this guy. He's like backing up and backing up and backing up and like waiting for someone else to come tackle this guy. And right then and there, I was just like, get this dude out of the football game. If you're not here to tackle someone, if you're not here to play defense, just get someone out of the football game. Like, that's another reason why I can't. I was gonna wait for later in the video to bring this up, but there's so many things that I could bring up about what we did wrong in this football game. And like I said, I don't like to blame one person or one aspect of the team of why we lost a football game. It goes on and on and on. Fabian Moreau giving up, the 40-yard touchdown pass, or no, he's the one on the 90-yard touchdown pass. I don't like even on the 40-yard, or no, it was like a 20-yard touchdown run or something by Zeke Elliott. Clinton Dix just takes the worst angle of all time to tackle this guy. there's so much about this football game. You know, so many different plays. It's just, Colt McCoy with 3 interceptions. You know, fumbling the football. Lucky we got it back. Just not having a good day in the run game. Too many penalties. But like I said, I don't like to blame one person or one aspect of a team for losses. But I can go on and on and on about the mistakes that we made in this game. And, Josh Norman not playing well. Mason Foster still a liability with, running backs and stuff out of the backfield, which he got taken advantage of again in this football game. But really, if you ask me, the reason that we lost this football game is Jay Gruden. It's Jay Gruden. I blame Jay Gruden for this one. And the reason why is because this is week 12. That was week 12. And Jay Gruden showed to me that he does not understand why this football team at one point was 5-2. He comes out, and I think it was 8 out of the first 11 plays, he throws the fucking football. I made a video. I asked Chris Cooley, what is the key aspect of this football team? I'm just a fan, and I understand the reason why we were 5-2. Adrian Peterson, we run the football and stop the run. That's why we were 5-2. Not because of Alex Smith. It's not going to be because of Colt McCoy. Running the football and stopping the run. It starts with Adrian Peterson, and I don't give a shit if we're down 7 points right away. You come out and you run the damn football until it's absolutely clear that it's not going to work. All right? And we come out and we throw on 8 out of the first 11 plays. Are you kidding me? That's why we lost the game, in my opinion. Jay Gruden in week 12 does not understand what got us to being in first place. How do you not understand that? It's clear, man. Run the football. Capri Bibbs was having a hell of a game, and you stop giving him the football? I don't understand. That's what drives me crazy, and that's why, a few weeks ago when we were 5-2, I got criticized for not being up here and being jumping for joy and shit and dancing and super happy because I seen this shit coming, man. I seen it coming. I seen the holes that this football team has. I'm not gonna be happy until we get to the playoffs or we're knocking on the door. We need one more win and we're like, oh yeah, we got this shit wrapped up or whatever. Until then, this is what could happen. I saw the holes in this football team, and that's why I wasn't that happy. Because I knew very quickly this could happen to us. Now we're on life support almost. I mean, if we don't beat the Eagles, then we're on life support, man. Yeah, well, sure. Okay, so even if we lose to the Eagles this week, you could still say, yeah, we still have a pretty favorable schedule. We have some games that we should be able to win, and we could still have a good shot of winning the division. But if we can't beat the Eagles, what am I supposed to think? And this comes back to what DJ Swearinger said. This is why we don't get respect, man. I'm sitting up here a couple weeks ago telling other people to, put some respect on the Redskins name. Now look. Josh Norman, hey, this, why don't fans come to games? What are we supposed to come to games for? To see shit like that? To see you give up 9 yards every single time Amari Cooper wants to get 9 yards? I mean, come on, man. The run, stopping the run. At times in this football game, we did stop the run. Our defense did hold up at certain times in this football game. But it's not enough, and we didn't get turnovers, and we gave the ball away too much. And then, I'm sitting here, I'm honestly thinking about making a video specifically talking about the officiating because it was god-awful in this football game, and not even just in this football game, the last football game versus the Houston Texans. There's literally just one bad call in the Houston Texans game, which ended the football game, in my opinion. The holding call on Josh Norman, that should have literally ended the football game, and that's a bullshit call. And sure, we got lucky. that the Texans missed a field goal. But that should have been the end of the game right there. There's no time left. Giving them that first down, that's ending the football game. Letting them kick that field goal with no time left, that's the end of the game. And the officials screwed that up. That's what I'm saying. If you guys really want me to, I'm sitting here thinking about making a video showing how the officials have directly impacted the momentum in the last two football games, and especially in the Cowboys game as well too. There's the bullshit holding call on Morgan Moses. We were basically almost in the red zone. If I recall, it's been a while since I watched the damn game. So in this football game versus the Cowboys, we have the lead. It's 13-10, right? Something like that. We're knocking on getting back into the red zone, scoring more points, going up even bigger. Morgan Moses gets a bullshit holding call, in my opinion, where the Cowboys defender is coming forward and he falls on the ground, and Morgan Moses puts his hands on his back and holds him on the ground. Is that not what you're supposed to do? Correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, I could be wrong. I don't know. But is that not what you're supposed to do? If a defender starts falling forward and you just grab him and put him on the ground, lay on top of him, don't let him get back up and affect the play, how is that a holding call? Takes us out of basically knocking on the red zone. Makes like a third. We had like a 3rd and 3 or something. I'm gonna say it's 3rd and 3. Yeah, I'm gonna say it's like 3rd and 3. We pick it up, but because of the holding call, next thing you know, it's 3rd and 13. We don't pick up the third down. We have to punt the football away. And then do you know what happens next? Do you know what happens next? The 90-yard fucking touchdown pass on the next fucking play. And it just blows my mind how the officiating in the last two games have been really bad. And don't worry, it's not just with us. This is a league-wide issue. All right, this is not just a Redskins issue. I watched bad calls in the Eagles-Giants game. I watched bad calls in the Vikings-Packers game. At the Vikings-Packers game, right before halftime, the Vikings are about to kick a field goal and go up 17-14, right? Easy field goal. And they kick the field goal, or when they're going to kick the field goal, two defenders for the Packers jump off sides, and one of the offensive linemen for the Vikings jumps and says, "Look, they went off sides." The officials say it was a false start on the Vikings, which I don't know, that's bullshit. It was not. Two defenders were jumped off sides into the neutral zone, and someone reacted. I mean, that's bullshit that the officials would say, "Oh, that's a false start." So, okay, bad call there. The Vikings go to kick the field goal the next play, having to move back some. They missed the field goal, but the Packers defender runs into the kicker and knocks both his legs out from under him. And there's an official, the head official, staring. You can see it in the replay, staring right at the kicker. Doesn't call it. Doesn't call it. And that took points off the board for the Vikings. It's not just a thing going on with the Redskins. This is a league-wide issue right now, and I don't know what it is, whether it's the officials are getting fatigued from doing so many football games. I don't know. And then not even that, I know there's going to be Cowboys fans going, "Oh, we got a bad call, the first time we played you guys." And the difference in between the bad calls from when we played the Cowboys the first time in the field goal where the guy moved the ball and then they had to move back and then they missed the field goal. The difference in the two games is, at least in the first game, the Cowboys still had a chance to kick a field goal and tie the game. In this football game, it was literally like the referees were holding the ball out and it's like, "You guys want the football, Redskins? You want the football?" And every time we go to get it, they'd be like, "Oh, you can't have it. Oh, you want the football? Oh, you can't have it." Over and over and over again, the officials would find some way to kill the momentum, either with bad calls or with non-calls. I mean, you can go on and on and on. I can make a whole entire video breaking down from the last game to this game, literally the momentum changes that the referees had on the Redskins and the impact of the game. The referees even, or the NFL even came out with an apology for the last game, saying, "Oh, yeah, there was actually pass interference on Josh Doxson." Which, you know, if we would have called that, you would have won the game because you would have had to kick like a 20-yard field goal to win the game. But, oh, yeah, guess what? You guys lost that football game, and we're just going to tell you sorry. But, you know, and yes, I know the saying, you can't let the referee, you can't put yourself in a position to let the referees dictate the game and say that you won or lost the game because of the referees. Yes, I understand this, but guess what? The Redskins are not the best of football teams. We can't sit here and play the Dallas Cowboys and play the referees at the same time. We can't beat both teams. We can't beat both people. We can't. And it's just like, it got so bad to the point where at the end of the game, it's just like an ex-Cowboys quarterback and Troy Aikman had to literally just sit up here and say, What are these officials looking at? Are they even watching the football game? And he said that when Jordan Reed, a guy who's known to have concussions, gets hit helmet to helmet clearly while he's a defenseless receiver, and the referees just add insult to injury. Really, at that point, it's just that, like, I'm not even joking. That's literally what that was: insult to injury. Watching our boys get rocked. Obviously, you know, helmet to helmet. And that's the thing is, don't take this, if you're a Cowboys fan watching this, or if you're a Texans fan watching this, this has nothing to do with you guys. Congratulations to you guys. You guys got wins on your record. We got losses on our record. Nothing's going to change. But I'm talking about the officials right now. Do I think that the Cowboys, whatever Cowboy defender it was, you know, was sitting there going, "Oh, I'm going to hit Jordan Reed helmet to helmet on purpose"? No, shit happens, man. I'm not sitting here, you know, pissed off about the Cowboys and you know what they've done or anything like that. Shit happens. The game is a violent sport. It's fast. You know, shit happens. I have nothing bad to say about the Cowboys or the Texans. What I have something to say about is the officiating in the last two games, though, which has nothing to do with the other teams or our team. It has to do with the officials. So, yeah, enough of that, though. Like I said, I could make an entire video breaking down point by point by point of momentum changes that the officials have taken away momentum of ours. I just told you the one play where it was bullshit holding on Morgan Moses. Then we have to punt the football. The next fucking play is a 90-yard touchdown pass to Amari Cooper. And yes, I know you could sit here all day and say, "Oh, well, you shouldn't have let them, you know, you should have tackled the dude. Don't let him run for 90 yards." I understand that, but as a fan, it's hard to not see clearly the momentum get taken away or given to someone by the officials. And at the end of the day, a true football fan or a true fan of any sport, the last thing you would want is for the officials to have any say in the football game. You want to play the other team while they're at their best, and you want to be at your best and see who is actually the better team, and that's what you want. That's true sportsmanship, and it's just hard to sit here and watch. And that's another reason why it's hard it took me a while to have to come up here and make this video, man. It's just hard, and you know, we have a hard road ahead of us, man. I do think this football team is better with Colt McCoy in it. I just think the offense, I mean, I can't remember a play that Alex Smith had this year that was better than the 50-yard touchdown pass to Vernon Davis by Colt McCoy. I mean, that looked like vintage Kirk Cousins right there. It's just so hard to sit here and watch this football team and watch these playmakers like Vernon Davis. Do you remember what Vernon Davis did for us last year? And now this year he's just not on the same page as our quarterbacks and dropping passes and just not the same guy. Jordan Reed used to be much more productive, within the lineup. We used to be getting the ball to playmakers, and it's just so hard to watch what has become to this offense, man. Bright spot though. Really like what Trey Quinn has done, especially. I mean, Trey Quinn had the best punt return or kick return of the entire season. I think him coming off of IR or whatever, he must be healthy, man. He must actually truly be healthy because that guy was playing and he was fired up. And what we need more of that. We need more people coming back, helping this football team. We need more people to get healthy. Trent Williams, man, I don't know if I'd have to sit here and rewatch the entire game and just sit there and watch Trent Williams to say whether he did good or bad. I can't remember. All I know was the entire game Colt McCoy was just under pressure. We didn't get to run the football, whether we tried to or not. We didn't really try to run the football that much. Adrian Peterson did have a few good runs, and that's why another reason why I go back to Jay Gruden. I defend Jay Gruden all the time. He's brought stability to this football team since he's been here, but he just does shit that irks me all the time, man. He does shit that I just don't understand. Capri Bibbs was having a good day, and you don't give him the football. Find a way to get him the football, man. And then I just watched the video. Of Jay Gruden talking about the Eagles' defensive line, and he sits there and he says it's he lists all the names of the guys on the Eagles' defensive line. He says it's really hard to run versus them. And as soon as I hear him say that in like a press conference or whatever, I'm like, oh man, we're fucked, dude. We're not even in the game yet, and I'm hearing Jay Gruden talk about how hard it is to run on these guys. You know Jay Gruden's going to come out here and want to pass 8 out of 11 first plays again. That's my issue, man. We have a formula. We have it. We know who we are. We run the football and we stop the run. And the defense didn't really do that in this football game, especially late. And that's why I give credit to Ezekiel Elliott, because he turned it on at the end of the game when they just needed to chew the clock and stuff like that. He really started getting his groove and shit like that. I'm still really not high on Dak Prescott. I still think the dude's ass. I think Amari Cooper makes him look a lot better than he is. I mean, he did have that hell of a touchdown run, but I mean, shit, man, he's not going to do that every week. I don't know, man. I don't know what to say. I just don't know what to say, man. As soon as we sit here and we think we know who the Redskins are, we don't know shit. We don't know. We don't know what we're going to come out and do. And that's what's depressing, man. It's just kind of depressing. We were once 5-2, and now we're 6-5, tied for first place. If we lose to the Eagles, I mean, shit, dude. They're I think I know for a fact, yeah, we can beat the Eagles. I'm not super afraid of the Eagles, but it's prime time. We struggle at prime time. Colt McCoy just didn't have a very great showing. I just heard Jay Gruden sit here and say in his little press conference thing that I saw on Facebook, it's a hard, the Eagles front 7 or whatever, that's a hard front to run against. Already before the game even happened, I'm hearing him talk about it's going to be hard to run the ball versus them. So he's already got it in his goddamn mind that he's going to throw the football. And that's just not... We don't have the receivers, man. Trey Quinn's probably our best receiver. And that's sad. I don't... and it's so hard. The season's so depressing because when we were healthy, we were playing really well. And now we are struggling to run the football. And I mean, both our guards are out for the season. I mean, it's hard to sit here and expect more, but I expect to at least try. That's what I'm saying. I expect to at least try. And I don't understand sometimes what we're doing. How many times do we run jet sweeps? We fake jet sweeps in the backfield, yet we never give the ball to the receiver. It's just like no one's gonna fall for a jet sweep if you never give the receiver the freaking football, man. I don't. There's just shit that doesn't make sense to me that I see, and then next thing you know, we're 6-5 when we were just 6-3. It's hard to stay positive right now. Honestly, I don't know. The only thing I can stay positive about is some stuff like Trey Quinn looks good. The schedule. I mean, just a few weeks ago, looking at the Colts game, or not the Colts, the Tennessee game maybe. Tennessee's beating some good teams. A few weeks ago, you look at the Tennessee game and you're like, oh, that should be an easy game. I don't think highly of the Titans. Now they've beaten some credible teams. Now you're sitting here like shit, man. Even the games I thought were gonna be pretty good, favorable matchups for us. Who freaking knows now of the way that this team's playing? I was really optimistic about playing the Eagles. I thought, but now it's hard to be optimistic. Can we beat the Eagles? Hell yeah, we can beat the Eagles. We've had some success versus the Eagles in the past couple of years. Not last year, but we still played well versus the Eagles last year, and so I still like our chances. But the way that the team's playing right now, the way that DJ Swearinger has to stand up and say, I feel like there's some guys, not taking the shit serious and stuff like that. That's bad news, man. That's bad news. And then you have Josh Norman saying, oh, why don't fans show up to games? Maybe it's because this shit is a goddamn circus, man. Maybe it's a damn circus. This team is a circus. It's ran by Bruce Allen, man. And also the Reuben Foster thing. We picked up Reuben Foster. There's not. I mean, he's not going to play this year, so there's really not much to say, really. So until I see Reuben Foster in a Redskins uniform next year, there's not much to say about it. I mean, it's a good low risk, high reward type of thing, but it's not going to help us now. So I don't really give a shit. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's hard to watch this football team and watch us shoot ourselves in the foot. Watch us be 5-2. Watch Josh Norman sit here and bitch and moan about people not showing up to football games. And then watch them give us reasons not to show up to football games. I don't know, man. So, it's already 32 minutes, 33 minutes, so I'm going to end the video. Thank you guys for watching. I'm not gonna take this long to make another video. Let me know if you guys want me to make that video about the officiating in the last two games. I just literally sit up at night and think about this shit, man, and think about literally just the momentum swings, and it's just like I'm never the type of person to think. I hear it all the time. I don't watch basketball. But I hear it all the time for some reason. And basketball fans, sit there and say, "Oh, this shit's rigged. The NBA is rigged," and shit like that. And I think that's so stupid, like for people to say, because it's just like these people are like professionals and they get paid money. Nobody wants to lose and shit like that. But there's some bullshit calls and stuff, like in this. Some blatant ass calls in this Cowboys game, like the face mask on Colt McCoy, the helmet to helmet hit on Jordan Reed. It's just like no calls. It's like, what the fuck are you looking at, dude? How Colt McCoy is the quarterback. He has the ball in his fucking hand. What are you looking at? What are you looking at that you're not looking at the quarterback? He gets his head turned around the wrong fucking way. What are you looking at, man? Just sitting here. Like I said, I'm no person to sit here and think that shit is rigged, but how can you not start thinking about shit like that when you see these non-calls? It's ridiculous. So, alright, man. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Hail to the Redskins. If we come out and we beat these Eagles on Monday night, it probably will blow my mind because, Colt McCoy still is, even though he knows the system. Yeah, I mean, he hasn't really been taking reps with these guys, and yeah, that's not even really an excuse as well, but he's just inexperienced with these guys, He's not on the same page with the receivers and stuff like that. And I mean, shit, Alex Smith wasn't on page with the receivers and shit in over 10 weeks into the season. So I still like our chances with Colt McCoy. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out. Hail to the Redskins.